Welcome to the audiovisual program, Classified Collective Bargaining Agreement 2023 through 2026, between the Greater Albany Public School District 8J and Greater Albany Association of Classified Employees. This is Article 13, Professional Growth. 13.1. The following guidelines will be followed in order to encourage professional growth. A. The district, in collaboration with the association, will survey its classified staff every other year to collect input on training interests and needs to be shared with the site council, if any. B. Employees at each work site will be instructed in writing as to how to apply for training opportunities, including cross-training. The following criteria shall be applied to applications for professional growth funds. 1. The training will apply to an employee's current work assignment and/or 2. The training will apply to building or district goals and/or 3. The training will apply to other jobs within the bargaining unit and/or 4. When an employee is taking a class that will go towards a teaching license, this class must either be a core academic class or an education class that fits criteria in 1, 2, or 3 above and/or 5. The training fits into a category that relates to workplace interpersonal relationships. C. The district will make available at least $11,000 annually for the purpose of classified employee professional development. Applications will be handled on a first-come, first-served basis until funds run out. A limit of $400 per person per year shall be applied. These funds are in addition to site council funds. After March 1st of each year, if professional development funds are still available, classified employees who have already used their $400 limit may reapply for additional funds, not to exceed $400 additional dollars. No more than $800 per employee will be allowed from this allocation each school year. 13.2. The district supports the idea of cross-training and will attempt to implement such a concept. When cross-training opportunity is provided to an employee, then the following will apply. A. An employee may be placed in a position vacated temporarily for the duration of the regular position holder's absence up to 60 working days as a cross-training opportunity, provided that regular training is provided by the supervisor or other employee. This section does not preclude the district's ability to also cross-train an employee when there is no vacancy. B. During such a temporary reassignment for cross-training, the employee shall be paid at the sub-rate for that position, or the employee's regular rate, whichever is greater, instead of the rate specified in Section 25.6. The employee and supervisor will complete at the beginning of the cross-training a form that specifies the cross-training position to be filled, the pay rate, and the duration. After training ceases as specified on the signed form, the employee will be paid according to 25.9 if the position being filled is a higher-paying position. C. At the successful completion of a cross-training experience, a record will be made in the personnel file. D. Employees may volunteer their own time for cross-training purposes. E. Employees may initiate a cross-training request to their supervisor. F. No employee shall be required to accept a temporary reassignment as cross-training instead of working out of class. 13.3. All training to be provided by the district shall be clearly identified as mandatory or voluntary for specific classifications of employees or individual employees. Notice of district-wide in-services will be provided to the association president. At the request of the association president, the district will distribute information on the district-wide in-service to bargaining unit members. A. Any training that the supervisor determines to be mandatory shall be on paid time. Criteria for making the training mandatory includes if the employee will be evaluated on the performance that requires the knowledge or skill to be gained in the training, or the needs of the site require the employee to be trained, as determined by the supervisor. Examples of training are workshops, modeling, reviewing videotapes, first aid classes, written materials, etc. B. Materials from district workshops shall be made available to classified employees who are not in attendance if an advance written request is made by the employee and the workshop is applicable to the employee's job responsibilities. C. The district may set aside 2 half-days per year, 4 hours per day, to conduct voluntary training for bargaining unit members. 1. These days shall be identified during the planning of calendars for the coming school year and shall be included in the calendar of the affected classified staff. 2. The district, in consultation with the association, shall plan and implement the training for these days. The training may be available to all classifications, or it may target specific classifications. The numbers of classified eligible for this training annually shall be determined by the district. 3. The employees shall be paid their hourly wage for these days. In other instances where a workshop or other training is voluntary and is outside the employee's workday and the district wishes to encourage attendance by specific employees, it may offer those employees a stipend if the employees choose to attend. D. Employees who are selected by the district to teach a training session or workshop will be compensated at teacher's committee rate per hour for additional time required to plan the session and/or additional time to present the training session if the session is scheduled outside the employee's regular work hours. 13.4. When the district needs a regular employee with a particular set of skills that no one on staff has, nor can they be found by hiring a new employee through the normal posting and hiring procedure, the following process may be used. A. The district may hire an employee willing to be trained for the position. B. The district may also contract with a trainer to train the employee with the understanding that the trainer may also be doing some bargaining unit work until the employee is fully qualified. C. The district will notify the association when this process is going to be used. Included in this notice would be the approximate time the training will take, what positions are involved, and who the bargaining unit members are who are being trained. D. Contracting with this trainer will not be considered subcontracting and will incur no obligation to bargain under Article 4. However, this language is not a waiver to bargain salary of a new classification if one has been created for the training purposes. 13.5. The following applies to the requirements of the ESEA, Elementary and Secondary Education Act of 2001, 20 U.S.C. 6301 each seek. A. Paraprofessionals are those classified employees providing instructional assistance in targeted or school-wide programs receiving Title I funds. B. Classified employees, including paraprofessionals, may only provide instructional assistance under the direct supervision of a licensed teacher. C. Paraprofessionals hired in Title I schools must meet the following federal requirements. 1. Obtain a secondary school diploma or its recognized equivalent, and 2. Elect or have completed one of the following options to satisfy the federal requirements. 2.1. Complete at least 2 years of study at an institution of higher learning, or 2.2. Obtain an associate's or higher degree, or 2.3. Meet a rigorous standard of quality and demonstrate, through an academic assessment, knowledge of and the ability to assist in instructing reading and reading readiness, and writing readiness, and mathematics readiness. 2.4. Paraprofessionals shall be exempt from the requirements above if they are proficient in English and a language other than English, and primarily provide translation services to enhance the participation of children in school, instructional programs, or their duties consist solely of conducting parental involvement activities. D. No employee shall be involuntarily transferred into a position that would subject the employee to these federal requirements unless the employee already meets the requirements as defined above.